Shalom, shalom, greetings and welcome. This is Quick Words, End Time Things to Consider. It is part of the Man's Final Steps series. It is a message to those who will be among the 144,000 in a multitude, those who will be among the ranks considered part of the children of obedience. My brothers and sisters, Today is March 26, 2014. If you're tuning in for the very first time, my name is Symmanayah, and this is part of the continued messages of which I am pressed to present to you. I pray that these words find you in good health and that you are encouraged and trust that the Almighty Father knows the intent of your mind and your heart. With that said, this segment is entitled The Fruit of Dismissal. The fruit of dismissal. My brothers and sisters, many of us have witnessed people's words being dismissed all too often without thorough examination or attentiveness to the Spirit of Yahusha, that we may be able to discern what is being said to us. The fruit of dismissal runs rampantly, especially among those who desire to or have appointed themselves mores, teachers, prophets, priests, or any other type of leader. They are quick in many cases to dismiss things, and all too often I have witnessed them dismiss what is righteous, what is right, what is brought to their attention, only to promote their own agendas and their own prowess. A discerning mind appears to be distant among the majority, even among those who appear to be righteous, but are inwardly ravaging wolves in sheep clothing. End times come with intensity, and it would be wise to be careful of what and or who we dismiss. The fruit of dismissal can yield much heartache and regret. Many of us, yes, are anxious. There are those that are impetuous, quick to react, quick to respond, overeager to say the least. Our ability to listen has been distorted, and patience seems to be distanced from our ears and actions. Either we are just void of hearing what the Spirit of Yahusha is saying, or just plainly too quick to disregard it. Consider the following scriptures as it relates to those who demonstrated the spirit of dismissal. Consider the fruit of the dismissal in these words. Genesis 19:14, and Lot went out and spoke to his son-in-laws who had married his daughters and said, Get out of this place, for Yahuah is going to destroy the city. But his sons-in-law, he seemed to be as one joking. So we know the story. If not, follow that story. Genesis 19th chapter. Follow it. And we know that Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed, and the son-in-laws were destroyed as well. Yes, the fruit of their dismissal led to their demise, their death. Numbers 16th chapter, verse 28 through 33. Another example of the fruit of a group, his family, his children, who dismissed that the Almighty Father had chosen Moses, depending on what translation you are using, as one who would lead Yahuah. Let me just share with you an excerpt of what happened in the 16th chapter of Numbers. I'm only going to read those 16:28 through 33. And it reads as follows. And Moses said, By this you know that Yahuah has sent me to do all these works, that they are not from my own. If these die as all men do, and if they are visited as all men are visited, then Yahuah has not sent me. But if Yahuah creates what is unheard of, and the earth opens its mouth and swallows them up with all that belongs to them, and they go down alive into the grave, then you shall know that these men have scorned Yahuah. And it came to be, as he ended speaking all these words, that the ground under them split apart, and the earth opened up its mouth and swallowed them up with their households and all the men with Korah with all their goods. So they and those with them went down alive into the grave, and the earth closed over them, and they perished from the midst of the assembly. My brothers and sisters, we have seen examples of such by sinkholes in different parts of the world. We have heard of sinkholes, some of us have heard of sinkholes opening and swallowing people and things. But I want to bring your attention back to number 16. Here, Dathan and Korah and company basically doubted that the Almighty Father had chosen Moshe or Moses, depending on what translation you use, to lead Yahusha, and they were challenged. And at this junction, we see that judgment was rendered, and the wrath of the Almighty Father brought to an end that rebellious group. My brothers and sisters, the way of life we has been given is a serious thing. Life is serious, and it is time to stop taking for granted the many mercies and favors that we receive with each breath we take. Whether we take heed or not to these words now, soon they will have meaning to all who expect to receive salvation from the Almighty living Savior. End times bring conditions that will be unexpected by many who have just dismissed what is foretold in Scriptures. The fruit of dismissal will result with much regret, and in several cases, those who do not face immediate destruction will look with hindsight and experience much regret, much pain, much heartache for those destroyed by the hand of the Almighty Father. Yes, we will see some destroyed. We will see how the wrath of the Almighty Father will come upon the children of disobedience. There is also another side to the fruit of dismissal. That is the righteous side. That consists of those who are obedient and dismiss things that they knew were unrighteous and came away from wickedness. The fruit of dismissal is merely another way of saying the benefits or consequences of one's action. What will the fruit of dismissal represent for you? Will it represent a little of both? Maybe. Will you press to discern and understand what is required? I leave you with these scriptures, my brothers and sisters. Matthew 22:14 reads, "For many are called, but few are chosen." John 14:26 and 27, "But the Helper, the set-apart Spirit, whom the Father shall send in my name, shall teach you all and remind you of all that I've said to you." And 14:27, "Peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid." My brothers and sisters, do not be afraid of what's ahead. But I strongly encourage you to consider the fruit of dismissal, the benefits or the consequences of choices that you make. The fruit would be the evidence of what choices that you made, what decisions that you made. My brothers and sisters, remember, this plan belongs to the Most High Father. Do not get discouraged or overtaken with unbelief. Be careful. Be careful, for the fruit of dismissal can either be a benefit or consequences. To neglect it altogether can be very dangerous. Until next time, my brothers, my sisters, my family, continue to stay tuned as Quick Words continues. Shalom, shalom, shalom.